I don't know if he's overall, you'd say the overall picture is that he's struggling or that he's underwhelmed or maybe it's just mixed. I'm not really here to do that. I'm not pounding the table that Will Campbell sucks or anything like that. But I think it's clear he's had some struggles. All right? And I'm just using it as a jumping off point. And what I'm really focused on here, more so today, is the way the organization is approaching him. And I don't love it. If this is what they're doing, okay? Again, these are just, they haven't gotten into any joint practices yet. Maybe this is just their approach the first couple of weeks, and it's going to change starting tomorrow. I don't know. I can only tell you what they've done to this point. But to this point, what they've done is draft him, give him the left tackle job, and completely turn their back on it. Meaning, in other words, he's had no competition. He's not competing for the job. There's no one else taking. That's why I asked Alex.
Correct.
Is anyone else repping with the ones? Is anyone else rotating in with the first team? As in Will Campbell and player X vying for the left tackle job. They're not even doing that. And he hasn't spent one day or one snap that I could tell, but I asked him, playing any other position with any other grouping. First team left tackle from the first spring camp with no interruption. So they're just handing him the job. I don't know. I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to default to it because of the draft status. I mean, he went 4th overall. I mean, I don't love that either.
Should it?
I mean, if he is struggling, that he shouldn't just be handed the job.
Okay, you need a left tackle, and you drafted someone at 4 to play left tackle. So he gets the job no matter what? I mean, I can see that happening with quarterbacks. Quarterbacks it's a different circumstance, and sometimes teams have the approach. I don't agree with it, but you draft a guy 1st overall to play quarterback. You need a quarterback. He's in there day one, and he learns on the job. And even if he's quote-unquote not ready, you just grow with him. And him playing every week gets him to maturity faster, and that's just what you do at quarterback. I don't agree with it, but a lot of teams do it.
Mm-hmm.
Any other position? I don't know. Like, I don't love the approach. Like, to me, and let's see if it changes. Vidarian Lowe's been hurt, right?
Yeah, he's been on the POP list.
So, and Vidarian Lowe sucks.
Right.
I know. But he's played left tackle in the NFL. Even if just for appearances or just to
tweak him a little bit.
Give him some competition. You have to beat out the incumbent to be our left tackle. And our incumbent sucks. It shouldn't be hard. But Vidarian Lowe's going to rep with the ones. You're going to rep with the ones. And we're going to see who's better. And we're going to give you an early taste of being an NFL player having to beat someone out in camp. And maybe they're just not doing that because Lowe's on PUP. But I do it with someone else. I don't know.
No, listen, I'm not. So what I wonder is, okay, because I agree with you. I think it's unusual.
And I also would have signed someone in case, God forbid, the kid you just drafted isn't quite ready, or the 34-year-old journeyman you signed is over the hill. And I'd build in a little more protection other than relying on someone who's too young on one side and too old on the other. They should have a better swing tackle in here. And they should be, this swing tackle should be should be competing with both of these guys.
Or even draft another one in a later round.
I mean, Moses is in a stage of his career where he doesn't need the motivation or anything like that, but I just don't love the idea of, we need a left tackle, we drafted you for, you're playing it. And that it doesn't matter how much you suck, you're going to be in that spot every day no matter what. I don't know, does that sound right to you?
No. And I think there's probably an element involved. Like, if I had to guess the why, my guess is they think he's brittle. And when I say brittle, I mean that this whole thing about the short arms and maybe he's a guard, and if they introduce competition, does he now start to say, do they think I'm a guard? Like, do they think I can't play tackle?
I have no indication of that. I don't know that he lacks confidence. I don't know that.
I'm just telling you that
maybe it's just an approach. We deem you, or they believe in their analysis. We've done the work. We've scouted you. We see the film. We know you can handle it as a rookie, day one, NFL level. That's what we believe, and that's what we're going to do and get in there. Never accounting for the fact that it's a little harder than that. Or maybe you're wrong. Or maybe once you take them off of the film and off of paper and onto the field against actual NFL competition, it just doesn't translate like you thought. I mean, like, that's possible.
Of course it is.
And if it's a different dynamic on the other side, but Morgan Moses. Like, God, the analysis on the signing is like, oh, well, they got their steady, solid guy that can just hold down the fort. How do you know that? He's 34, right?
Yes.
And he's really sizable. And it was the Jets that he didn't resign with the Jets.
Correct.
I don't
know. The depth at tackle is not great.
I'd have protection for that.
Yeah, they should have signed another guy to play tackle, a veteran to play tackle on, again, a swing tackle, to your point. There should be some insurance there, and there isn't.
Campbell's a rookie. I'm not even talking about the arms at this point anymore. He's a rookie. What if he has fits and starts? What if he had slumps? What if he whatever? He's just a kid, and he's going to have ups and downs. So when he's out, maybe he needs a blow. Maybe he needs a rest. Maybe he needs a mental break. He needs to sit out a series, sit out a game, whatever. It's not working for a time.
Well, the day that
you have no one to put in there.
If Vrabel comes off as a bit of a Parcellian hard ass, right? So he's going in on Campbell the other day, that real hot day at the beginning of the week, when Campbell's down on one knee saying, "Aren't you from Louisiana? This should be like springtime to you." In a perfect scenario, he whistles and then Lowe goes in. He's like,
yes.
You know what? You need a blow. You need to rest.
Right.
Here's a few minutes. But instead, it feels like almost by default there is no competition, and it doesn't help that Lowe's also hurt. So
don't you like the fact that I like a head coach that busts the balls of the rookies?
Yes.
Then coddle them.
It should be.
And so it sounded like Vrabel did a little ball busting there on the field. Right.
But he's powerless because they don't really have anyone else at the position.
But then to really follow through on that is like, okay, you need a rest. You're going to rest, and we're going to put in the other guy and see how he looks. If you want to rest, you're not going to play. I don't know. Like, you do that. I want to say Vrabel did that with the rookie receiver. Sort of threw out a line there about conditioning, and if he's pouting because he didn't get the ball on the deep slant, Williams, can he come back and know where he's supposed to be? I'm like, good. He's calling out a rookie, sort of tweaking a rookie. Good. Has there been any Campbell tweaking?
Other than that thing on the field that, again, came from fans? No. Not that I know of.
So I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know exactly the right answer. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. Maybe this is just how they're approaching it the first couple of weeks. But it's just worth noting.
I mean, look, it'll come clearer when Lowe is available. But they cleared the runway, didn't they, for Drake May?
They did.
Maybe they're clearing the runway for Will Campbell too.
Maybe. I didn't realize he would need that. I thought he had all that football character and toughness. I never even considered that, Mazz. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. But I thought he had all that great football character already built in. That was part of the analysis. He put Vrabel on his ass in a workout down there, didn't he? Now he can't. It turns out he can't block his
run play.
His freaking teammate. Yeah. Never mind K'Lavon Chason or Keon White. He put Vrabel on his ass, but I thought Campbell had all that other stuff. Like, that was a perfect Patriot Vrabel kind of guy because of all that mental toughness. Now they got to coddle him a little bit. They can't give him competition. I don't believe that. But I don't know what it is. So Will Campbell's not going to have to compete for left tackle? They purposely put no one there? Do you know something, Mazz?
No, I don't know anything.
Because you're kind of smirking.
No, I'm smirking because I think it's preposterous that they would just hand him the job.
I think it's curious.
Like, to me, you don't know that he can do, even if he can play left tackle, you don't know that he can do it right out of the gate.
It's a big ask.
Again, Nate Solder, and I recognize Nate Solder was picked at 17 or whatever number he was picked at. But Nate Solder, who ended up playing it, started year one at right tackle.
This is right.
He played right tackle at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They lessened the workload on him. They made it a little simpler and didn't put so much pressure on him. This guy's got, doesn't have a lot of help next to him. I mean, maybe Jared Wilson turns out to be a player. We don't know that yet. But he's kind of on an island over there. It's asking a lot.